Come on now. Come on now. Don't start with me.
Record. Record. Keep it.
Ain't no way. You're already on the live sofa. So, boo.
You've gone too far on this so far.
Thank you for coming, my dog. It's good to have you.
Pause, yeah.
Bro, oh, come on. You didn't even pause the boo.
No, I can't pause. I can't pause myself. I gotta keep on going. You said, thank you for coming. Nice to have you. Double pause.
Yeah, quadruple. All right, cool. I'm gonna hold you to it. I'm gonna save that one for later. Fair too. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to it. It's another episode of the Life So Far with MarazA and Namhlanje. On the couch next to me, I've got BU, aka Mr. TJ, aka Mr. BU, Zulu Vegan. Come on, because I know you from way. But for anyone who does not know how this man's life is going so far, so sawubona madam.
Doesn't.
Okay.
Sure, it's past.
I'm
good though.
Easy though. First name basis. The government wanted that.
Come on.
Fair too. It's difficult for me sometimes to do these type of interviews when I know so much about a person, But at the same time, it gives me the upper hand because I know some things that the audience may not. But before we go any further, for anyone who's been living under a rock or experiencing load shedding, who is...
All of us are experiencing load shedding.
And all of us with you being who, dog?
Somebody under my car. Name is Lutando. Lutando BU Mtembo. Find me on the gram. Find me on all your social handles. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's what brought me up to Joburg. I'm a musician, but I found myself having to tap into my other abilities to survive and to become the star that I always known and believed I am.
Yeah.
And now that the world is starting to see, they still don't understand the potential that I hold. So we'll talk on it.
Look, let's speak on it though, because when I first met you, just run me through the story of how you and I first met.
I'll tell you the legal part of it. I'll tell you the legal. I'll leave the rest out. The legal part, I was here. I won't tell you how I got here.
Okay.
But I was here.
All right.
I've been lost for a minute, but I landed up at your place.
Yeah.
Manager of mine, long time ago. I don't believe
that was the plug. That's the guy.
No, he was the legal plug. There was this other bro who gave me the sauce.
Indeed.
Yeah. Shout out.
And it directed you to the source.
Say less.
And
we did the most, dog.
Of course.
This is your first time we met. We freestyled, and you saw.
So you came here. I think I was busy building up the studio,
Yeah, it was early days. It was not like this.
Nah, it wasn't. We've come a long way since then. And I remember I was under the table. Pause. You see, now we're pausing everything. There was no need to pause that shit.
What under the table pause?
It says, hello, pause. So we're out there and we started freestyling, and I swear to you, I bet you your boy, the one you were with, Katen, might have probably found it hard to believe that was actually our first encounter meeting.
Man, a shout out to K-Dom for having the resilience and the faith in coming up to Joburg with me and showing me the ropes as best as he can. And being there, support sometimes in Mondo, that you need a place, a person, a safe space. Come to a foreign place, you speak different languages. They expect you to act in a specific way. You have to be fast. You know? So shout out to K-Dom. Our first encounter was dog Gemini to Gemini. Come on.
Yes, sir.
The stars were aligned. We connected before we even, and in fact, we had been in the same circles so many times without ever meeting.
We have
a very close
from a very long time prior to our meeting, and it's crazy when the stars finally aligned. I see my brother Sanz out there. He's got his hand up because he's also a Gemini.
Way.
Dog Sanz is a Gemini. My bro Usandile as well. My manager is a Gemini. Wife is a Gemini. So it's a heart of schizophrenics.
Damn.
In here. They're
all Kanye West up in this.
Yes, sir. I hate bipolar. It's great. So
I get you.
When we were in the same circles together, this is back in Durban.
Yeah.
And we would attend what was it? Was it Life Check?
Yo, so many ciphers. It was. Me, I
Crazy
became a
Fridays.
dancer after a while, so I moved away
Speak
from
on that. That's so. Let's take it from there. In terms of you being an entertainer, because what people most know you for is your incredible role on Adulting. But before we get to that, let's start eThekwini by the harbor, Bat Center,
Damn.
Crump days.
Oh my goodness. I was the cool kid, man. I was the kid who knew everybody.
Yeah.
I was that guy.
Except
There's too
me.
many people. Yeah, but the thing is,
I wasn't
I
cool.
knew somebody who knew you.
I wasn't cool then. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway. Yeah.
I knew somebody who knew you,
There we
know,
go.
but I just didn't know of you. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So Durban is a very, when I grew up, the
Yeah.
creative community just galvanized together, and we were just
Always,
a sense of
always.
camaraderie. Like
Always.
if someone attacks one of us, all of us are together. Those kids, that generation, man, I wish and pray that everybody at some point in their lives get to experience that.
Yeah.
Because you can never be too old to experience that camaraderie.
Yes, sir.
Hlanganiswa hip hop, hlanganiswa creativity yet. Who
Yeah.
can do it better? Who's doing it for the girls? Who's doing it for the better life? You know.
Yeah.
And who's gonna do it forever? Who's just a phase for
Yes,
now?
yes.
So just a kid from Elokshini, Mlazi, traveling with the youngins. Because ngalandingane from Elokshini.
Yeah.
It's stop hanging around the hood.
Yeah.
There's more things.
Yeah.
Leave the four walls. This man city. Go somewhere else. You know.
Yeah.
See the rest.
Leave the apartheid coffin.
You know,
because that's what it was. Those locations were located there, so that we can live there, study there, work there, die, and be buried there.
Yeah, not see the rest of the world. So
Not
your
see
brain
the
gets
rest.
trapped.
Exactly, exactly.
So I was fortunate to think openly, and some of the kids that I kind of tried to mentor. And I was still a kid myself.
Yeah.
But I realized with the father figure in the black household was something that was very much lacking. You know, even if Acorn, he doesn't really know how to hold a role as an actual father. It's not only because they're not physically there. Sometimes you can be there and be so work orientated.
Yeah, physically you're there, but you're not present.
Not there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know. So I didn't necessarily look for the gap, but I wanted to be the solution.
There we go.
I wanted to, because I got some cool. I mean, you couldn't swear around certain households.
Bro.
Kwamthembu, two on hey, it's just volume.
Yeah.
Don't yell, you know, because that's what made us as black people, community, you know.
Yeah.
But then I grew up, it started being, now it's
Anything goes.
Now it's on another level, but I try to practically be that instead of saying it.
Yeah.
You know? So I used to go with those kids to the Bat Center, and they would be like, oh, this is crazy. And I was popular. I was quite popular.
Yeah.
Especially with the girls.
Yeah.
Because I flow like that, you know?
Yes, sir. Hey, you're a good looking dude. So
thank you very much. So you, bro.
It helps.
Look at you, man. Hey. Look at you. Hey.
That's
hey now.
Take a good look.
Hey.
Take a very good look.
Hey, look at that.
This is how my life is
Come
so
on
far.
now.
Right?
On the sofa.
You know? So, no, but that's interesting, Doug. So you came out there. It's very interesting for me, that lifestyle was an escape for many of us. There was always something we were escaping. Some people were escaping minor things. Some people were escaping heavy things. Some people were escaping things that they shouldn't have been escaping. You know what I'm saying? Just villa or cowardice. I know for me, I was escaping not belonging. Because where I was, I didn't feel like I belonged. And when I got there, when I got to that hub, that scene at eThekwini, I started to feel like I belong. Even though, I don't know everybody. I probably saw you a couple times, but never knew you personally, but I still felt like I belonged.
Yeah.
You spoke about the fathers that were not present. At that time, what was your family situation like? What were things like at home?
During that time, moms was there, pops was there. There was nothing really wrong with the family household at that time.
Yeah.
The reason why I say that is because when it's good, when you look back, memories kind of seem lighter, easier, and whatnot.
Yeah.
I was really living that. There was moments where I, as a kid, would snap into whoa, I'm blessed. My mother's here, my father's here, my belly's full, my sister's here, we happy, we clean, we're in a car, we're in the schools, good schools and all that stuff.
You showed appreciation back in the 2000s.
Dog, I'd literally, I'd make my family switch off the radio and be like, I love you guys. I want you guys, and we're driving, they're like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, no, just
driving.
You know what I mean?
Oh, damn. The first car in my household was my car. But carry on.
No, I wasn't driving. My pops was driving.
But that's what I'm saying. There was a car at the crib.
Yeah. So I was counting the blessings.
Yeah.
So I wasn't just, so what I'm trying to say is I don't want to look back and only look at the negatives as, it was so hard for me, man. It was it's hard for everyone.
You're such a gem to listen to for me because anyone who's hearing this, and yes, this is me trying to show you my snake skin Cortez.
All right.
One of the
all right now.
Cortez,
come on. And I'm going to show you my sock. It's my favorite sock, man. If you know, you know. It's my sock. Do you know what sock this is?
Yeah, it's what the one you put on your feet.
You don't know what? It's all right. It's cool. I'll put you on game a little.
Fleur.
Yeah.
Le fleur.
Golf.
Oh.
Yes.
Le golf. Yo, I started on LF and LE. I'm like, fleur. Golf. All right. Hey, is this Tyler?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Took him a while. I don't know what happened. I mean, hey, listen.
Hey, man. You know, there wasn't a car when I was growing up, you know? So, Tyler, the greatest songs are the last thing on my mind.
Come on now.
And dancing and music are the last things on people's minds when they think of you now.
Dancing and music. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's good. That's what... That was my ride to where I am right now.
Yeah, your original love.
Not the dancing.
No, the music.
Literally the rapping, the 8 Mile. I was that kid walking around workshop with the big $ chain, fake bling and shit. With the
my man.
People saying, yo, did not faze me. Because I was like, that just shows me that I get under your skin. You don't know me. You don't understand me. You took a time out of your life to make a scene. I'm just flourish. Shit. I was like, thank you for acknowledging me. I don't know you though. I can't refer you to anything.
I don't know you so much. You matter so little in my life. I don't have the time to dedicate energy to coming up with an insult for you.
And that's where the thick skin came from.
That's a brilliant way of looking at it.
Yeah.
I want to get to the part where you come to Josie, but did the family unit stay the way that it was when you were grateful?
No.
Or was there a change? Because mind you, you're talking about this thing and seeing an issue that other young Black people are experiencing and wanting to be the solution. Someone's going to think you're probably 49 now. You were probably in your late 20s then, because it's such a grown-up and mature thing to think.
Bro.
You were a teenager.
I was a teenager, straight up.
I know, because my voice was still as squeaky as it is now. You know what I mean?
This nigga.
So we're talking here 2005, 2006, 2007.
Yeah.
There's a change in Lutando's life.
Yeah.
At that time, you were called TJ
Dominus.
Yeah.
Man, TJ, trust Jesus.
What happens after that?
Tragedy hits. I believe after 16 or at the age of 16, as a growing person, you start seeing the heaviness of all the darkness of what life really is.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you have your first wet dream, but carry on.
Wow. It was much earlier than that. What are we talking about here?
Hey, listen, my voice is still like this. Puberty hasn't arrived yet.
Hasn't struck yet. Listen. Yeah, man. So when I was 16, I think I was 16. So I used to do this thing. My escape was music.
Of course.
But I realized it wasn't my escape, it was my means of finding myself. Because you get told who you are. And then afterwards you find your interest and then you find yourself within that interest. It's like a mirror to you.
Yeah.
You know, so hip hop, Eminem, specifically Eminem, 50 Cent, that just G-Unit, Dr. Dre, all of that. Big on that.
You find your interest and you find yourself in that interest. And that interest becomes a mirror to you.
Yeah.
It's too long for a t-shirt, but goddamn.
Yeah, put it as a tweet. Yeah. Gotta tweet that shit. So yeah, I feel like I immersed myself completely in one thing. Throughout high school, whenever we did a show and tell, every year I'm doing hip hop.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm like, do you understand how great of a culture this is? Black people actively made it because of the hardship and struggle that we all saw as a commonality.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not just talking about Africa. I'm talking about the ones who were put in ships, who made, you know, and that's hip hop.
Hip hop is the thread amongst all of us where we can all express the typical black struggle, even though we go through it on different levels, but we go through it. And the level at which you were about to experience it cranked up around that time.
Big time, bro. So yeah, what happened was, it was the first time I actually saw violence in my household.
Damn.
Yeah. Pops became abusive. Moms became very, very intense. A lot of stuff between them. Obviously, as an adult, I understand I don't want to tap into quarrel of lovers.
Isandla sesithathu.
You never need to share your perspective, even if it's as close as your best friend or your sister or your mother, whatever. You can have a perspective, but it's your perspective. You never know what the person inside it is going through, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was the first time I saw that, and things just kept on going south from there. I come from an affluent family.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't say we're great, but we're pretty good, you know? But then there's layers of being great. You know?
Course.
There's sides of my family that are royalty, and the sides of my family that are like pretty guap, bro. Like the first time I ever saw an elevator in the house, I was like, but for what? Why you have an elevator? And they had like 3-floor elevator going down to the cinema area, and I'm like, okay.
And that's one of your relatives' cribs.
I'm like, okay, and that was one of the houses.
Goddamn.
And I'm like, okay, no, yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
I never saw that as I'm good, I'm entitled. That's the difference.
They're good. That's theirs.
I was like, they're good. That's what my father taught me from a very young age. Like, I think I overheard you say something about a man must always be, it's integrity.
It is.
It's integrity.
The most important thing.
It's integrity, to sum it up. So, yeah, during that time.
Get your own.
Yeah, during that time, I saw that, and I bring that in to say what's the diversity of how I think, you know, how what I had access to, what I chose not to entertain, although I had the power to fully entertain. I could have been a spoiled brat.
You could have been a snub.
Big time. And rightfully so, because those people had worked for it. They did, you know, all those things to set them up. But that was the first time. But things just went down to a point where my mom's got incarcerated. She was incarcerated for 10 years.
10?
Yeah, 10 years. And so for me, actually,
what year is this?
When I was 16.
So this is 2005.
Yeah. Yeah, and it got really dark to a point where I even tried committing suicide. You know?
You?
Yeah.
You?
Yeah.
Okay, this interview is about to be very interesting because I can't wait to see what happened for you to grow into the man you are today, because that couldn't be further from who you are now, from the way I see you now. You know what I'm saying?
Perspective, right?
Perspective, yeah. But you're a very positive influence in my life, bro.
Yeah, I get you.
Incredibly. And a positive influence on many other people's lives. I would have never imagined that you went through that.
Darkness, right?
But break it down for me so I understand more why life at that point.
So when you've been given a silver spoon and when you don't really know what hardship is, the smallest hit can devastate your whole reality. I.e., you come from a household where everything is good and your parents does everything to shield you from the harshness of life, right? Because they have the means to do so. And then let's say your parents get a divorce. To someone else, that's something small. To someone else, that's something tiny. But to another kid, it would be like, oh my God. But for me, it wasn't a divorce for me. It was abuse, change of habits, restrictions. During that same time, I was restricted to go to these places like Bad Center to express myself. I was like, dude, I was told not to go. You can't go now. So there's no outlet anymore. Also, you know, mother got incarcerated. Sister went to the wealthiest side of the family. Now it's me and my pops, Ace Man. Okay. And my pops is like, I'm not gonna silver spoon you nothing.
Nah.
You've never taken public transport till now.
Here we go.
You know what? Make a plan.
Full of competence.
Get, figure it out.
Dang.
Learn to laugh from that. It was not easy because it should have came earlier and it shouldn't have been forced by a situation.
Yes.
You know, it should have been like, This is why. Let me usher you into it. This is what happens.
For you to survive, survive in the world later, not
Yeah.
to survive in the world that is suddenly being birthed by tragedy coming into your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that can be tough to adjust to.
You know what I mean? Learned a lot from my pops. What to do, what not to do. Because he also did the things that weren't supposed to be done. I started fathering him after a while. You know, so it just flipped
That's a
over.
load. That's a load
you know
to
what I
carry.
mean? You know. So, and also still the community, the kids, bringing the kids to crumping and bringing them to a religion, you know. That's where the trust Jesus came from.
Oh, snap. So when you say bringing them into the religion, you're not talking about true religion jeans, the ones that we used to wear when we were cramping. There's true religion jeans and evisu, dog.
Yeah,
you know the ones with the M at the back.
At the back, the Omarian ones. Yeah.
So you were heavy into Christ.
Full on. I feel like to some degree, religion saved me.
Yeah.
Christianity saved me. I'd say that full on. But now I see it as spirituality saved me because it was my spirit and my soul that guided me to that tool of religion. Yeah. It wasn't religion itself because I always had questions and I always got told to shut up and believe it. It's faith. You can't question it. God is God and he does God.
That's what pulled me away from religion.
You know what I mean? Same here because we're thinkers.
Yeah.
Right? But at the same time, it wants you to be blind. It wants you to follow. So I then learned and created my own way to navigate the spiritual realm. Yeah. Yeah, which is me now. You know,
I appreciate that because I feel like I truly found God when the day I managed to separate God from religion. You know, because I do not think that God is Christianity. I think Christianity is a structure created under God by people who seek God and wanted a structure for that seeking.
It's crazy. They never say that. Come here if you. Come where God is found. It's like, come and seek God.
Come and seek. Exactly.
Because they're still seeking. Everyone is seeking. Yeah. One is found.
In that religion, you are there to seek.
Yeah.
So what's stopping me from seeking in my own way? Especially since...
Finding.
Because
it's having him found. Yeah. Because, I mean, just because you sought for something doesn't mean you necessarily acquired it. I don't believe so. Yeah, exactly. Especially religion. So religion keeps searching. Yeah. But spirituality finds. You know, that's what I believe.
Centers, appreciates.
Yeah, it's here. It attracts. It's here. It is what it is. It's sustenance. So anyways, long story short, mom's gone, pop's gone, learning my lessons.
Wait, how is pops gone?
Oh, shit. So I left pops. Oh, man, it got so bad, bro. My dad got in 3 accidents in one day. Car accidents.
What?
Drastic ones. Crazy ones. Yeah, it got real bad.
Yeah, no,
it was too bad, bro. It was too bad. And I could see this is a spiral. And but besides that, I found love, man. Like I found my ex-wife at that time, during that time.
Hold on, ex-wife?
Yeah.
You're 34. 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew. Okay. So around that time in your teenage years.
Yeah.
This
is the past teen. This is early 20s.
You're still in Durban.
Yeah, it's 20s, 21s.
Yeah. And you find someone that you feel like I'm ready to commit the rest of my life to this person.
Yeah, remember I'm still Christian.
Yes.
So I was heavy on celibacy. I was like, you couldn't swear around me.
Yeah.
Couldn't play no Drake or any of this others. I even dropped listening to Eminem. Even though the lyrics were there in my head, I was like, no, I can't live in the world like I'm from the world. I gotta live different. I gotta be different.
Live through Christ.
You know, trust Jesus.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I was Bible bashing people and everything. I was a hypocrite.
The Bible bashing people.
I was Bible bashing.
What's the law?
Hey, so, Matthew, John, look.
Look here. John, get this Job. Yo, so you went and this is very interesting for me because even though I'm married to someone I found around that time as well.
Fine.
But me, my confidence in myself was not the greatest.
Okay.
You know, I was a short kid. I'm still a short adult. And you know, I wasn't part of the dancing crews. The crews were really cool. I was a rapper. The rappers were cool.
Yeah.
But the dancing crews, girls went nuts.
Crazy, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And because you guys were dancing, you guys were fit, you guys look great. I know you've been about the gym for a very long time. So for me, from the very first day I saw you, you struck me as a guy with, you are actually, and you were then, you still are, a guy with options. And mostly what we find in the Black community, and just in the male community in general, there's, especially with the red pill movement, we teach men to exercise their options a lot more. You know, and you look like the guy who has options and exercises them. But internally, you're such a centered guy that you found someone you wanted to dedicate your entire life to. A life that could have easily been full of partying,
drugs,
sex, amazing girls for a long time, and you could still settle down later. Why did you choose to do that then?
That's exactly what my father said when I asked him when I popped the question. Because I popped it. I didn't ask my pops for permission.
I mean, when he says pop the question, it doesn't mean he asked his father to marry him. You told him you were going to pop the question.
No, I had already popped it.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, it was after. Like, I was serious.
After all,
I was serious about firstly about love.
Yeah.
I was serious about doing it right. I was serious about this girl. I was like, I want what I want in terms of success, but I want it with someone.
There we go.
And not someone who's going to be behind me.
Someone who's going to be beside
right next to me, you know, that's going to always whisper in Caesar's ear, you're only a human. You're but a human. That's what I was going for. Unfortunately, they need a person that's going to whisper something also, you know. So, and then it becomes, damn, do I focus on the goal or focus on whispering? Oh, you know what I mean?
What I do.
Then it becomes a long story. But yeah, I feel as though when it comes to love and doing it right, I don't think there's a right way of doing it. You just got to love.
Yes.
You know, just practice it, fail at it. I gave it a shot and I really wanted it to work, and I was depressed after that also.
Yeah.
That's the first time I actually got like properly like, I was like, damn, I lied to God.
You know?
Those vows are broken.
Because you made vows, and not just in front of the world, but in front of God and Ramaphosa.
Yeah. Everybody, it was Zuma at the time, you know.
I mean, he made a couple vows.
Come on.
So he's the right guy.
He's the right guy, you know.
So when you come up to Josie and when we first meet, what brought you up? You're still married at the time. What brought you up here?
Music, bro.
Music.
So I spoke to so this is what actually happened. I'll try and be verbatim, as much verbatim as I can. I was living La Vida Loca. I tapped into the wealth of the more wealthy side of my family. Not too much. Not in a, you owe me. More of like I deserve
it's there.
Yeah. Different. But I'll explain that off camera.
Okay.
So what happened was, I was living.
I'll tell you afterwards.
No, don't you?
Yeah.
So what happened was, imagine this 21-year-old married guy. Oh, not 21. I was 23.
Yeah.
23, 24, somewhere there. Living Shaka Marine world, beach.
Dog, the way you just said it, you can tell that you lived there. Because if you just work there, it's a Shaga. If you live there, it's a Shaka Marine.
Shaka Marine world, but the complex bit, you know?
Oh, yeah.
There's the side there where you literally step on.
Incredible view.
Of the beach. So I can step outside, have coffee on the beach.
Yeah.
Walk outside, come back. That was how I was living with my wife and my new job.
That's a
working
life.
Working at Huawei, you know. Sorry to unplugging them. You can bleep that part out.
Oh, no, I'm not going to bleep it out. But for any other brands, this could be you, but you playing.
Be you.
This could be you. Yeah.
So I was working there and I was doing well. And then storms came there too. I believe I got married also mainly because I was trying to fill that void. When you sit down with who you truly are and you really look in the mirror and you're not scared, you don't mind sharing this information because you know the truth.
Yes, sir.
And you know how you can get there. So other people's opinions doesn't matter.
Yes, sir.
So me sharing this on this platform is not so, I mean, I don't care what anyone says, but it's to help another version of me out there that might be going through.
Incredibly potent. You didn't realize this, of course, at the time, but you looking back, you feel like you got married to fill that void.
Yeah.
And for a time, it was filled.
And how much of love is then under the same prefix in general? how many of us are out here really trying to fill that void? Because love is a drug.
Far too many.
You know what I mean? So, but let me talk about myself, because I can't speak for everyone. Man, I still love it till this day, bro.
Appreciate that.
But from afar, which is the most safest and best type of love I feel.
Okay.
Like, I feel like you can be toxic for someone and they can be toxic for you. And you want to work at things for this sake, for that sake, but what about you?
Yeah.
Who are you? You know, you can lose yourself within the drug of love as well.
Yeah.
You know? So, man, when it came to an end, I was here in Johannesburg, but I came here for music.
You came here for music.
I came here for music.
You came with your boy T-Dom.
Yeah, K-Dom. I'm T-Dom.
K-Dom.
Yeah.
You came out for the music.
Yeah, we came out for the music. We stayed in Tembisa. That's the first place we landed.
You came and you stayed in Tembisa.
That's the first place.
Okay, no. Let's make that contrast
from
very clear. From Ushaga Marine
actually,
World.
let's step it up a notch. My gap year, I went on a Euro trip. So
Sorry, you had a gap year?
I had a gap year.
Oh snap! I learned about
That's
that.
some white boy shit.
Yeah, I learned about that in the 2010s.
Yeah. I think it was 2010. Who even knows? I went throughout Europe and I traveled Europe and I saw things. That's what I'm saying.
Were you backpacking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a group of people, a lot of people.
Okay.
It was beautiful, man. The people I met, the experiences I had.
Yeah.
Yo,
smashed, yeah.
Don't you dare. We on camera. Come on, I'm trying to work. Yeah.
All right. I mean, it's a gap here. You gotta find your way into the gap.
It's not my brand. Yeah, it is my brand.
It is actually your brand.
Shit, upside down. You.
Yes, sir. The
headstand.
So you had your gap here, and
yeah.
So that's how good things were.
Basically, what I'm saying is from Paris to taxi.
Oui, monsieur.
You know?
Paris to taxi.
Taxi. Now you squashed 4 salsa with your guinya.
3.
You know what I mean? So from that to the Ushaga Marine World, from that.
Sorry, 3.
Yeah, because you're mixing it up now. You said 2, right?
I wanted to say 4. 3. 3. 3 is 3.
Okay,
so
yeah, I got
3.
you. There we go. 3. That's that son. So I'm back now. I'm here in Durban at this time. Taxis, move from there. Fast forward. Ushaga Marine World. Fast forward. Tembisa.
It's a huge change.
I know. Because now the townships in Durban, or the ones that I knew, were not the townships.
No.
Yeah. There's a very different world.
Yeah.
People, omonye physical omonye for real.
For real.
Yeah, like, yeah. I'd never taken a bath on a bucket outside of the crib. Ever.
Oh, smack. That
Like
was
outside of the house. I'm being very visual right here. So like, I was sleeping in the car because I didn't want to sleep in the same kind of tent type of
in the same shack.
Yeah, because it was 3 of us and there was one bed and there was a child.
Oh damn!
So we literally went to this girl's place to stay with. She stays with her. She was helping us out.
Damn! So all you really had was a dream, dog.
Basically. Well, I had a whole family that could have made my dream happening like this.
Yeah, of course.
But I wasn't that bitch.
Because integrity.
I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? If you're gonna work for it, you better work for it and work for it like every other person that wants to get it.
If
even
not harder.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's the Mamba mentality. I believe.
Yeah.
You know, overdo it, bro. You have to be zealous. So we had a dream and we read, the reason why I came up for real though is K-Dom. Katen.
Okay.
Because I'd been telling him about my dream and he believed in my rapping and he was like, you can do this. And I was like, I can. Then we read up on things like The Secret. We read on Alchemist.
Those Paulo books.
Coelho. I was freestyling every day. Like I was fit. Like
you were.
I was so sharp. Like he would walk in and say a topic. Just say something and I need to go.
Yeah.
I'm going. And he'd drop a beat and beatboxing. Like we did this for a very long time. Yeah. And my wife at that time my ex-wife had left on an MSC cruise ship. So she was completely out of the picture.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. This was when things were going down. I was like, damn.
Yeah, because I was about to ask, having your wife on a cruise ship without you?
Yeah.
It's strange.
Yeah, no, she wasn't going for La Vida Loca. She was going for work, but it became La Vida Loca. But I don't want to talk too much about that.
Yeah, what happened to the sea? What happened to the sea?
What happens on the cruise? Stay on the cruise. On the ocean.
If it sank, she would have survived because she's a woman.
Listen, and Jack would have been jacked up. You know?
Yeah. Whoever Jack might have been there would have been over for him.
Up.
That's a pretty safe way to bury your secret.
Let it sink, nigga.
You don't let it sink. Now you let that sink in. So,
bars.
Now you're out there with you and Kaiten.
Yeah.
It's a downward spiral in your personal relationship. Things are going down.
So basically, I'm living with Kaiten.
Yeah.
And the funny part is, Kaiten lives in MarazA, where I stayed.
Damn.
But I'm like, I'm not going back home.
No.
I'm like, I'm not coming back. I'm not stepping a foot back into this house until I'm here to drop my first M.
There we go.
I'm not doing it.
And what year is this? I want to put it into context when we talk about your life so far.
15.
Yeah.
I think it's 15.
Yeah, so it's pretty much around the time we met.
Yeah, I think it's 15.
Because we met 15 or 16. Yeah.
I think it's the end of 15 where I was like, okay. And he's like, yo, we read this, we believe this, we wrote this down, we always say this stuff. Let's go to Joburg. I'm like, no. Who do we know in Joburg? I mean, I got family here, but I don't know my family.
Yeah.
I was like, who do we know in Joburg? He's like, I know this girl in Tembisa. She'll help us out. We'll find a place in Santon. We'll stay in Santon.
Yeah,
and we're working as a personal trainer. We'll be personal trainers. I'm like, nigga, that's a good plan.
Yeah.
Let's go with it. Within the first week, it happened like we said.
Within the very first week, y'all got jobs as personal trainers.
It was not easy, but we did. I mean, we didn't even have money for food.
Yeah.
When we met you, we weren't full. Mind you, I could have made a call.
Yes. Yeah, the lifeline was there.
You know what I mean?
The lifeline was there.
And you choosing to go that way changes everything.
Exactly.
And you choosing not to go that way makes you hate yourself because of the hardship you have to go through. So you are alone.
Yes.
Just don't believe that you can actually tug it and be okay. You can't tug that lifeline and be okay. You have to keep going as if it's not there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, we roughed it up hard as ever. We, day in, day out, we were calling it fasting. We weren't saying we're fasting, bro. We pray at 12, we wake up, we pray, we write down our goals, call the people. I told them, I believe you have a person with your million in your WhatsApp contacts. Just need to know how to talk to them, when to talk to them. And
what to talk to them about.
That's all you need. So literally, I'd sit there, and that's when I met the illegal way of finding MarazA.
Yes, sir.
Not just MarazA, just like the connect, the nigga who
Which is what, did you end up in a group?
No, there was this homie who knew. Yeah, he moved in the darkness.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. I might need to up my security.
I can't say this on camera.
I can't say this on camera. All right. So you do what you gotta do
to get where you need to get to.
And then we meet up.
So yeah, when I finally pulled up, I had met a couple of producers. And I'm a big energy person, even especially when it comes to creativity. Yeah. I'm not gonna create with you if your energy is dark or if I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't care what money we make. I'm not gonna create with you unless I fucks with something that goes with you. It might be your ancestors, laws, your energy, something that has to connect. So
it's beautiful to hear you say that. Yeah. With me having experienced it, knowing that, because it's such a profound thing to say, and many people say profound things to sound profound. But for anyone who's wondering, he really is exactly the way he says he is.
There's no card, there's no cue card.
No, he isn't. It's really you. So let me tell you, when I first met you, and I know it was 2016 now because I got married in 2015, and when we met. And you told me you were married. When I looked at you, I thought, this man gets bitches. And you told me you were married and you were a faithful dude. I was like, oh, damn, me too.
Yeah.
You know, there was even a time when I was going through some shit in my very fresh marriage. Yeah. And you guys came over and we had a prayer.
I remember that. We prayed,
that? Yeah.
We surrounded you and we hugged you.
Yeah, you surrounded me and you hugged me and we prayed. Right here. Yeah. Right on the spot. And for me, I'm also an energy person. When I connect with someone, the energy is right. Yeah. It's right. I don't seek it out, but whenever I get it, I try and cherish it and hold on to it. And that's why you're still in my life today. And I'm grateful for that because you're an incredible amethyst rock.
Damn. Thank you, bro.
You know,
that's a beautiful word
and
to choose.
we don't have many of those. We just have niggas ready to throw rocks.
Yeah. Oh, fucking.
Just concrete slabs. You know.
Yeah. Straight up.
So what then happens? 'Cause you were a very happy guy to me.
Yeah.
Everything was good. You know, I would think so. Here it is.
Yeah.
You're working as a personal trainer.
Yeah.
You are so you've got the job thing on lock.
We moved to Santa now.
You moved to Santa.
Come
now.
on now.
You're a provider.
Yeah.
And then you are well groomed, good looking, well mannered.
Yeah.
I would think a relationship with your relationships are immune from the bullshit because you seem to have everything that some of us, some other guys think it makes a woman stay.
Oh, makes a woman stay. I thought you were talking about relationship with. Oh, okay, cool. I get what you're saying now.
So I'm saying now, how does it now get to a point where you even get the papers and you get divorced?
Oh, damn. That was my call. So it's not a woman that was trying to leave. It was me who ended it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. It got to a place where I didn't want it to get to. And I'll touch on that a little bit, not too much. It's too much and it's too sensitive.
Yeah.
I don't want to hurt her feelings if she comes across this as well, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But
because she's not your enemy. She's not
I don't hate, you know, I don't like vibrating from hate.
Yeah.
But it got to a place where a friend of mine who I was telling everything was going on, like my best friend. And I'm like, this and this was happening. He said to me, would you be friends with her if you met her like this? Because we all change. Friends.
Is she still the woman you fell in love with?
Friends.
Yo,
would you be
even friends?
Would you want to associate yourself with the person like
she
this?
Is now?
Not on a lover level, not on a...
Just on friendship.
If you met her like this and you guys were in a room with a bunch of people first time, what would be your vibe? And I was like, bro,
I wouldn't.
No part of that.
So why on earth would you be married?
There's no child. There's no, there's nothing holding me back. This was a choice for me. Nothing was forcing me to marry, and nothing is forcing me to stay. So I chose to switch it off.
And of course, it cannot have been an easy decision because I'm fortunate. You've shown me brotherly love in a way, and I told you this, Uti. In Jersey, it's so difficult to find that. And I appreciated getting it so much from you, and it was genuine, and you were there. So I can only imagine now with a woman that you chose to marry, how much of your connection was there, even though you've decided that things are better off if we break this off. I imagine something like that still breaks a part of you.
You mean right now?
No. At that moment.
Yeah.
How it was your decision, yes.
Yeah.
But how did it impact you?
Darkest time in my life.
Yeah.
I mourned it for a very long time.
It is a death.
And I sobered up when I finally started working at the bank. But there was a dry spell. There was, when I say dry spell, I'm talking about everything. Everything was shut down. And I had to sit in the silence. And it was loud.
That silence was loud.
My internal voice was saying so many things. I was just happy that the suicidalness wasn't there. Yeah. Because I know what that voice sounds like. But at that time, it was like, why, how, retrospect. Yeah. That's why I came to conclusions like, I was filling the void. What is the void? Meditation helped me. Journaling helped me. I feel like a lot of people think we're all fine. I feel like we're all actually traumatized in Billion.
Yes.
We all see things that
might be different levels and different degrees.
But I think we all need to deal with a certain level of, do I really see myself? Or do I see what society tells me I am? Am I really just a black man who can rap like every other black man that can rap? Or am I one and only with this fingerprint in the whole entire world? And that's what I believe. One and only with this fingerprint in the entire world. What does this fingerprint mean to me? Who am I really? Because you can't be something you don't understand.
Speak on
So being you is not as simple as people say. I'm real. What is real?
What is real?
I'm real because I do all the shit that proves that I'm fucked up, that I have trauma? Do I drink more? I eat more? I fuck more huns? I'm the realest nigga because I tell you to your face and I don't care about your feelings? Is that what's real is?
Is that what's real?
For me, what real is really knowing yourself, sitting in the silence, understanding that they're going through their own stuff. I need to sit with mine. I need to understand my shit. Because after a while, it won't smell as bad.
Oh, snap.
You know? So, yeah, man.
Don't go taking a dump and thinking you're just gonna...
Not on this sofa.
Hey, Doug, so at that time when things were going rough, I remember I saw you...
you kind of went MIA. Let me call you out on your own podcast. This nigga went MIA on me, man.
Yeah.
This
Speak on
This nigga blue ticked the shit out of me.
Speak on it.
This nigga was too guaning for me, right? He was guaning, performing everywhere. He was doing his thing. He was moving. And it's crazy because I met him just before his music popped off.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, this is real. We're gonna create. We have one song till date, which like, you know what I mean? I just dropped it last year and we recorded this shit like a long time ago. You know, things like that. But it's cool because...
But we have a lot more memories than one song.
That's what I'm trying to say. Again, when you sit with your shit, what made that? Was it from a place of jealousy? Was it from a place of hurt? Was it from a place... You know, when I sit with myself, why did I feel what I felt about you? It was your time. I need to understand. And if it's your time, I need to step back and work on my time with myself, you know? So I missed you, man. During that time, I was really alone, you know? K-Dom left, unforeseen circumstances. Wifey, obviously, alone. And alone at a most remote place. I was living at like a nature resort at that time. Yeah. And it sounds more glamorous than it was. It was nice, but it wasn't that glamorous. And yeah, man, it got really dark. You sit there and that's it. That's what you do. You sit there and there's Wi-Fi on your phone. You're there. It's very remote. So the silence was very loud. And I learned a lot about myself from that time. And that's when my mother came out.
Whew.
Yeah, no, she back in the picture.
Free moms, okay?
Yo, free moms. You know what I mean?
She's out, but she's obviously not the same. Exactly.
She's not the same person.
She's a different person.
I'm not the same person.
You're not.
I'm not.
Because when you got married, she was inside.
Yeah.
When you got divorced, she was inside.
Yeah.
So she comes out, her golden child, her boy, not only found a woman, married that woman broke his heart, and he decided to step away from something that was going to do far worse than breaking your heart metaphorically. How does mom coming back into your life affect you at that time?
At that time, it wasn't a thing. Because remember when you adjust to things, you adjust differently. I looked at death as a very prominent thing.
Yeah.
You know, I could see someone as dead while they're still alive, which is it's a very sad thing. I don't think it's fair to do that to another living human being who's still there.
Yeah.
You know, and it wasn't just for moms. It was just for a lot of people that I really cared for. So I guess in a sense, I was destroying parts of me that I felt were holding me back from the goal, you know, which is what I saw. And I see clearly every day when I'd be driving, freestyling, I'd see myself on the billboards. Literally, I'd be like, that's me, and I'm rapping. And in the freestyles themselves, I'm saying, yo, this is me there.
Yes,
and I'd say 2020, that was my year, because I remember you have the tattoo with the 20.
Yeah.
And that's what was an omen for me when I first met you. When I saw the 20, I was like, yo, yeah, 2020, we're making meals, bro.
Yes, sir.
We're making rack, you know.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, when my mom's came
it
back,
happened.
Yeah.
To a degree.
We good, bro.
Yeah.
We good now than where we were that time. You know?
And we still have a long way to go, but it's interesting for me when you say that. Just by the way, at the height of my success, at the height of my success, I had a lot of people around me, but I spent a lot of time alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
And I think you're at a stage now when you can relate to that. I want to get to it, but even though there was you might have been looking from back there, like say my homie's no longer paying attention to me, right? Rightly so, because I'm bad at reciprocating love when someone is not physically present. So much so that for me, it can look like there's a mutual friend of ours who has literally said, you know, you tell me you say love you, bro. You show me love, but you know, so sometimes it feels like you're just saying it because I'm here. You're just faking it. And I was like to that person, you know what, dog? I understand why you would feel that way, but that's not how it is. Emphasis on how it is. And how it is to me is exactly what I say it is to you, but the way I show it is unconventional. So I understand you for thinking that it's pretentious or it's only when I see you. Because I came from a multiple homes of no one showing that kind of love. So I always kept love on the inside, and when you're here, I'd pour it out. When you're not, I'd hold it in.
And I find also what makes you mad as an individual about other people has more to say about who you are and what you are on about. So when I was going through that time, when I was feeling that, and I was saying things like, I also want to blow up, I'm gonna blow up. And why is this nigga, I'd say I have confidence, like, why is this nigga not seeing me? Like, it's so fucked up. Like, let's do more, let's link up, cause my intentions are pure. I'd literally say this shit. I know niggas is cold. I know niggas is cold, but how do you differentiate when 5 niggas are here and they're all saying, you are great? How do you know? How do you suss out the snakes? You cut the grass, okay, cool, but there's still snakes there and they can still bite. So how do you suss it out? So that was then my convo about you at the time. I was like, okay, he doesn't know what to do.
I was drowning. I was drowning. Deeply. And I'm glad we had other times after that. There were times when you were with me on tour. During the Kwan days.
I remember that.
We
that's the early days.
No, even after Kwan. We've after Kwan, when I was still touring and I was still doing gigs, you've been there a couple times. You were there at my surprise birthday party in Braamfontein at a club.
Oh yeah. Nah, I really did that thing in my brain.
Oh, you canceled that,
I remember that Risk Gang. Risk Gang. That's the reference to that.
That night. I have a more critical reference. An explosive one.
Oh shit.
Someone's girl did something that night.
Nah, it's a blur.
It's a blur, ne?
Fucking huge blur.
All right, I'll jog your memory.
You jog my memory later. Off camera.
Right. And I really loved how you reacted, though, because you knew that person was with someone. And even though you didn't know that particular person from above, you respected what he is another man and he's in a relationship. And even though that particular female at the time was showing an interest in you, you decided that.
Why did I not remember this?
Because it's stuff that you don't fuck with that kind of shit. I understand why you don't remember. You don't fuck with that kind of shit, and especially after what you had just come from. You decided to respect that person's man because they were not showing their man respect.
True, sir.
Which is an incredible thing for me. It's an incredibly important thing for me. Inhlonipho. When you spoke about it's not because Wamthembu is full of tyrants. It's because gahlonishwa. And hlonishwa because of how you guys respect, of how Omthembu respect themselves. People only respect you as much as you respect yourself. And that whole thing happening, everything breaking down, and I remember at some point you had a scooter and you were working at you worked at the bank. Did you ever work at a call center?
Nah, man. I died, nah. Yeah. So I stepped into, this is in Durban though, man. This doesn't count.
Okay. So while you were here, in your scooter days, when you were
man, I still love my scooters. I got 2 bikes, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a biker thoroughly, and I love those babies. My children are gonna ride those bikes, or at least have them as monuments. Like, Pops used to ride that.
Yeah.
It was hard. It was winter. This nigga was taking cold showers, in Joburg.
Yeah.
Imagine a cold shower in Joburg.
No.
And then jumping on a scooter.
Yo, dog. In the cold.
You know what I mean? So that's where I learned resilience, and that's the life I was living. Those are the choices that I made.
Dog, the first time I met you, I said, you guys should join an agency.
We had already.
You had. Okay, so maybe we must have had that conversation about agents, advertising, ads, and whatnot.
Because that's that's one of the first things we did before we got a manager.
Yeah, no,
So
I
when
remember you were with the manager that day. Because aesthetically, you guys had the look. So when
What you mean had? What you mean had the look? What you mean had the look?
I mean,
What
pause.
do you mean had the look? You know what I'm saying?
Just, as long as you don't do a headstand. All right. So, but between that, so from that part of your life where things fall apart, how long did it take to your first, let's say, break?
First job.
Your first job that puts you on the path to the billboard.
And my first job was a billboard.
Oh, excuse us.
Sorry, I didn't mean to come across like that.
And when was that?
It was when I landed.
You don't
the
come
same
across
year.
like that, by the way. Yeah,
the same year. The same year when I got here.
Yeah.
It was, and the thing is, I had a lot of hair.
You did.
And then I had
you
to
would
cut
braid
my hair.
it. You would leave it as an afro.
Yeah.
I ever thought I thought you and K-Dom were
Twins.
we
got that a lot.
Somalis.
Yeah.
Somalians, dog. I thought you guys were Somalis.
Because of the hair.
Because of the hair and the overall look. You put thick eyebrows, very dark.
Ricky Rick vibes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man.
So from that job,
yeah.
did you start trying to pursue the acting / advertising space more?
I was just doing it to pay the bills, man.
Yeah.
I was just doing it to have free money floating so I can put it back into
music. Yeah.
And that's still kind of what I'm doing to this day, to be honest. You know, I love it. I'm good at it. I believe I can always be better. I'm finicky about the nuances of a character. I enjoy playing a character. It's difficult.
Yeah.
I'm heavy critical on myself. I don't care what other people say. I care what I say.
Yeah.
But that does add to what I say.
Yes, sir.
So I like using the negative to make a beautiful picture.
Yeah, to fuel yourself into something positive.
Yeah.
Because, the negatives in the right light make a beautiful picture.
Come on now.
But kids won't get that part because no one shoots on film anymore.
Yeah.
So
it's for those who get it. You know what I mean? Don't forget it.
You go on.
Mm-hmm. So it was a Pan-African, like you said. It was a Pan-African job. So we wasn't on the billboards in South Africa.
Oh. You see, I told you. I might need to check your papers. Are you sure? Are you legal here?
That's not even funny.
What is this?
I'm sorry, man. That's not funny. We've lost too many of our brothers with that, you know what I mean?
Intention is everything. So we had this long gap of us not seeing each other. And the next thing I see, you're out there, as usual, making the rest of us look and feel fat. You're hopping from one car to another.
Oh, Suzuki.
Yeah. You did this amazing ad, and in that ad, you play multiple personalities.
Yeah.
You play the adventurous guy, shark diving, the guy in the suit, you play the beach going guy, and you're just moving from whip to whip. If you don't know that ad, go check it out.
Yeah.
Was that your biggest ad at the time?
No. It was the biggest lead role.
Okay.
I've been in many ads. I think the biggest one was with Frank Casino and Nadia Nagai. That was the biggest one.
Oh, damn.
Because we shot all the way from the morning till night, and I had to even pretend I was sick at work and stuff. It was the first time I actually dropped work.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, because I was like, don't mess with that. Don't mess with the bank check.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that one time I was like, Nadia, I might just say what's up.
Slide in, Vic Mensa.
You know what I mean? But unfortunately, as the extra, you don't get seen as a human being. And that's the sad part of it. You don't get seen as a potential next anything. It's like, sit there, you guys are things. We'll tell you what to do.
We'll tell you.
These are important
sit
people.
for hours, waiting.
Yeah.
And be grateful when, at the end of the day.
And it's sad when you get to see people that you grew up with and see you and see the same way as the industry sees you. You're nobody. You can see that you are nobody on their forehead when they see you. So I see like a girl I used to dance with, who used to be in my crew, who never used to dance. I used to provide food back in the days of Durban, and we used to pray together, everything.
And
She's now
now,
a choreographer. She's here now. She's on that same advert. And I'm like, yo, what's up? How you doing? She's like, oh, hey, TJ, how you doing? Like, I just saw her yesterday.
oh
I'm
damn.
like, bro, I haven't seen you over 5 years. I'm so excited to see you. It's like, oh yeah, I'll see you. We're going to man. Just, and I understand it's work.
I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna censor this again.
Fuck you, bro. No, it's not.
All right.
Don't.
Things do be like that.
You gotta take it out. You gotta take it out.
So you go on, and I'm not sure what other jobs you did over there. We reconnected sometime last year. This is before I also had tragedy strike on me. We reconnected in 2022, right?
I don't remember, bro.
Or was it 2021?
It was COVID time.
Yeah. Either early 2022, late 2021.
It's definitely COVID time.
Yeah. So, how did you end up landing the role of the fuckboy slash gigolo on Adulting?
Bro, I feel like all the misses make the bullseye.
Yes, sir.
You can't, bro. How did I land the role? By being consistent.
Yeah.
And by understanding that I'm not doing it, I'm not playing for wins, I'm playing for keeps. I want the whole pie. And I want to be able to distribute the pieces of the pie to everyone that deserves, and everyone that works, and everyone that doesn't get the chance to get the light shined on them. We don't all have to be superstars on TV wearing glasses, speaking in fancy accents and impressing the man. We don't all have to do that. We need electricians. We need solution-based people, especially MarazA. We need people who are going to think out the box, who will research and do something with your life, you know? So I feel as though I speak for those who don't have that money in that sense. But every time I did it, I was like, if I'm not this one, the next one. And when I land the one as an extra, next one. I got told at some point, you've done so much extra work, you'll never be a lead. We've seen you too much as an extra. That's the thing in SA, if you don't know, if you're an actor. If we've seen you Scandal, Redemption, Rhythm City, Backstage, we've seen you, City Sizzler, whatever. We've seen you as an extra so many times and you stand out.
That's what you are.
We can't put you as and the type of agency you with also won't be sending you those leads.
Oh, damn.
And even if they do, you're going to we've seen this guy, we know this guy. Grouped, you know? So it's a continual trying, even when and the thing that really changed things and propelled things was Big Brother. That's what really propelled things to a point where people started seeing me the way that I've always seen myself. And they were like, I'm so proud of you. And some of them are so shocked. And I'm like, but guys, I've always spoke like this. I've always walked with my head held high. I've always stepped into the room and been me, you know? So now y'all seeing it is weird for me because I've always seen it. So why did you have to wait to see me on the screen to believe it?
You know, I feel like it's not even because they're seeing it. They never thought it would happen, but someone next to them says they see you and it has happened. Someone whose opinion they respect, and they start wanting to feel like they're not left out. Which, I've always known you could do this. I've always known you could be this. Even at the time when you were an extra and you asked a question and I told you, shut the fuck up because I'm busy with the actual superstars. I believed in you. What are some of the, because there's a lot of intense politics, and also just inhumane treatment combined with mistreatment of people in the entertainment industry, especially when it comes to people who are extras,
I'm so
people who
happy
don't
you
have
asked
lines.
this. I'm so happy you asked this.
What have you experienced?
Exploitation. No one is immune to it. From scriptwriter to director. It's not just the actors and it's not just entertainment, but exploitation in the field that I've chosen, that I chose from the age. Geez, the first question I got asked by a group of my mom's friends when they were like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Mom would be like, doctor. Yes. I'd be like, I want to be on that thing.
There we go.
Pointing at it.
And at that time, you didn't know hip hop at that time, but you knew you wanted to be an entertainer and you wanted to be on the silver screen.
I'm gonna be on that thing. My mom hated that answer.
Yeah.
But I got it from my father because he was also traveled the world as an actor.
Oh damn!
And I didn't know that growing up. You know?
You just thought he was gone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because he wasn't there initially.
Yeah.
Obviously. You know?
Yeah.
So fast forward to me knowing now, me actually pursuing it. This is what I didn't know, the exploitation part.
Yeah.
You are not above exploitation. The people who are exploiting were exploited. You know?
And the cycle keeps going, and it's currently going right now.
You know, the sad part is they don't understand that by them trying to stop BU because of whatever misconceptions they might have, they're not stopping BU. They're stopping every other kid.
Oh, man.
The whole entire industry is on pause because you're putting your friend who can't even do the actual job properly. We have, like we were speaking about the dimensions on TV earlier on. We have people who have the know-how, who see. When you look at South African TV, it looks very different from this. Why is that?
Why is that?
Is there no money? How can there be no money when we have the minerals? We have the
the
people who have the actual cash.
Yeah.
You know? Are we not capable of creating that reality for ourselves? I think we are.
I think we are. And I really think for me, it's the people who have the ability to put people in place who can make those creative decisions and those decisions that change the industry. So people get so threatened in South Africa.
Yeah.
This guy is too good. If I put this guy on, it's over for me.
Yeah.
Because of my own insecurities. I know I'm not good enough to do it better than him.
Yeah.
So the only way they'll let me keep doing what I'm doing is if he never gets a chance to show them what he can do.
I've heard the saying that when a black man gets a position amongst other races, he wants to be the only one there. And when you have like a Jewish person coming into a position, give it a couple years, that boardroom will have only Jews. Put an Indian person in there, give it a couple years, there'll be more Indian people in there. Then they'll put their uncles and aunties.
Yeah.
And I feel like, and it's not just that. It's gotten so bad to a point where we self-destruct. I mean, every weekend we're running away from our problems. And
running towards bigger ones.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And we think that bringing more life to this world will cure that, will fill that void that I spoke about. It's not about just filling the void. It's about understanding what created it in the first place. Once you understand that, you can kind of go about it differently. You can actually live very well while knowing that there's a void there and letting time do its thing because you understand it. It has its place. It's like you don't have to be cured from anger. You just have to know how to and when to use it. Because anger is an emotion.
Yes.
Don't let the emotion use you. You just use it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So fast forwarding and thinking about all of that and how I've been moving in the industry, I've seen Uguti. It's like the mindset is pretty boy.
Yeah.
Rich fam. English is too clean. Shouldn't. One of the reasons why I feel like...
Sorry, what did reason do?
One of the reasons why I feel... I'm talking about my boy. Alakai. Man. Oh, man, that nigga really sold me, bro. That was crazy for me.
Yeah.
I met a lot of people. That nigga, from the first interaction, was like, let's do a song. I'm like, what? Let's do a song.
To be fair, that first interaction, I saw it the same way. Just
you did?
Just,
we did a song from the first?
But I said let's.
Oh, you said that?
Yes.
Yeah, you said that,
Yeah, from the first time I was down. Come on.
So Reason did
that. Sound so
what
bad.
Reason did
okay. No, man, all right. That.
Let's see what you read.
I'll get back in my corner.
I love all my famous friends, man.
Yeah, you were saying that.
What they saw is like this
pretty
boy with like, with kind of like a good English. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why it's taken so long for me to get to where I am, because people think it's easier for me. So they make it harder. It's like if I were to step to a girl, try to mac on her, she's, no matter what I say, she's going to think I'm lying everything I say.
Yeah.
Why are you giving me the time of day? Why are you talking to me? Don't you have like 50,000 other girls on your phone?
Exactly.
You know? So
her own insecurities come into play.
She will purposely make it harder for me. So that's how it felt with the industry. I came into it and I'm like, Sunborn, type of thing. The industry was very much like this to me.
Yeah.
You know, the whole time. I step into a room and it'd be like, you know, it could go from, oh, that's a breath of fresh. No, screw that nigga. We know niggas like that type.
Do you feel like they felt like you think you're the shit?
I know I'm the shit. I am the shit.
Yes, sir.
And everyone should believe that of themselves every day, every second.
But then what sets you apart from every other asshole who walks around with their chest puffed up, like saying, I'm the shit, I'm the guy?
Because I don't care about them. I can't tell you about what fuels them. I can tell you about what fuels me.
Which is?
Myself. My knowing myself. Putting in the work.
Yeah.
My story.
Yeah.
I am put on this world to be loved and to lead many to love. Ulutan dikam.
Yes, sir.
I know myself. That's how I'm able to be myself. If you know something, you can be it. If you understand it. But if you don't know it, you're lost. I was lost because I didn't understand that. I've spent the time in the silence. I know I'm the shit. I'm beyond a superstar.
Yes, sir.
I'm a pioneer. I'm a revolutionary. I'm an activist. I changed the whole face of Al Kebulan. I know that. I believe that.
Yeah.
It supersedes entertainment.
Sorry, what is Al Kebulan?
It's the original name of Africa.
I learned something today.
So I believe that everything that I speak about and I want to achieve, I might not be the one that achieves it, but I really do want to be.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give everything that I can to be. It's just that it's becoming harder and harder with small things like electricity going, water going, work. As an actor, you could stay at home for 5 years, have no work, but people love you and they watch you every day.
Oof.
That's the reality.
And they think you're coining it every day.
They think you're coining it every day. It's not about what people think. Let them think what they want. When people think I'm a fuckboy, it's fine. I'm going to flirt with you because I can and I'm witty and I'm fast. I'm going to use what I have to get what I want.
Yes, sir.
And what I want is the whole pot.
Yeah.
Because these niggas are greedy with it.
Yeah, they are. We might as well snatch some of it because if we're going to wait in line and think they're going to share, we're going to be waiting in line until we die of starvation.
We're hungry, let us in,
First of all, actually, let's go to Big Brother. It was very interesting for me to watch you on Big Brother knowing the type of person that you are, because Big Brother is about the sharpest knife going as deep as it can in someone's back. Pause. And I was always worried. It's not a show I've ever followed.
Yeah.
But the season with you on it, I tried to follow it.
Thanks, bro.
And when I saw you on it, I was like, God damn, man, I'm really happy to see my homie here. But my homie is not gonna make it here, because when it comes down to it, you're a lovable guy. You're a people's person.
Thanks, bro.
But when it comes down to it, the people who win there are people who are ruthless, are people who will turn on a dime.
True.
People who will
and you have to become that in order to earn the money.
And I didn't see you managing to become that convincingly.
I love that you're saying that, because me not knowing that helped me. Me not knowing that helped me to stay true to me. Because if I knew that, I know I would have put up a persona.
Yes, sir.
I would have completely created, and I would have been playing and moving the game. It would have been entertaining, but I would have lost a part of myself.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that I stayed true to myself, because who's to say that me winning that M, that I would be on billboards today?
Because what would you have done to win that M?
And would I even still have that M right now? Because I could have bought one car with that M. You know what I mean? And it's done. And that's it. You've sold your soul for one car. People must also remember that. Being in the house is enough.
You got to the house.
You
can
got the
do
eyeballs.
Something about that.
You got the eyeballs.
You can do something with that.
Look at what I've done with that. I left sixth. I was the sixth person to leave the house. That's quite early in the game. But look at what I've done with that, And if you look at the top 6 people, I don't think they're doing the same thing. And it's not a competition. It's not at all. But I don't think it's about placement.
It's a competition. You're just not
I'm saying it's not a competition. Yes, you're right.
It is a competition. In real life, the world makes it a competition.
In real life, for me, I'm not competing with no one.
You're not competing,
I just know my position and I know my place and I know who I am. And that's fine for me. And if you have a problem with that, that's your problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, let me tell you, you might say you're not competing, but as my friend, I'm happy to say he may not be competing, but my homie is winning the competition. I mean, I'm sharing this game. So from Big Brother, how long does it take from Big Brother for you to land the role on adulting?
It took me just over 6 months, because I landed 2 roles before that. I was on a Strip when it came back.
Damn.
And then I was on Redemption. I played on BET. And immediately, before I was finished Redemption, I was on Adulting. So it was 3 shows after the Big Brother house, which is a record, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's a record.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
Yeah.
So how was it, being the person that you are, how difficult was it to transition into, that role. I won't lie. I don't think it was difficult for me to watch because I know you so well. How difficult was it to transition into that role where you're this sexual you basically played the character that the world assumes you already are.
You see.
And us knowing which deep down that's not who you are.
Yeah.
How difficult was it to tap into the stereotype that people have always boxed you under?
Wasn't difficult. I love analyzing people. I love learning people. If you gave me a bio right now, I'd tap into the deepest memory I have of what you're saying in the bio, of the character bio.
Yes, sir.
And I'd be able to embody that. It wasn't difficult. I don't see it. It was a challenge, but I don't think it was a difficult challenge. Like, so, as soon as people face any sort of resistance, they quit.
Yeah.
My thing is like, give me more resistance. Let me see if I can handle it. Give me more. And jiggy, you're doing handstands, and you suggested it to the director.
Yeah. I'll get to that.
So for me, it's always been about, like, one thing I learned from the first audition I went to in Johannesburg, literally I learned that everybody's replaceable. There's always a 2.0 version of you.
Yes, sir. There's someone ready to do what you do for less.
Yeah. You know, that's just the moral of the story. Everyone's hungry. Desperation is a very powerful emotion. It can make and create and destroy a lot of things. I'll get into that a little deeper when we're off cam, but I really do believe that, like, being desperate, bro, it makes you do some crazy things.
Yes, sir.
Good and bad.
Yes.
You know, desperation.
And your desperation is someone else's jackpot.
You know what I mean? So learning those new small nuances, like being in the gym, knowing my body. And I didn't start the gym because I wanted to have abs or track goals. It was my lifestyle at home. Yes. My mom's gym still this day. She's almost 60. She can she can do squats, push-ups, everything.
Yeah.
Like one hand even. Like, legit. Like I'm not
for real. No. Mom's is fit.
She's a beast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I grew up around that culture. You know, and I eat a specific diet and I move a specific way. I have certain spiritual beliefs and I do yoga and all those things. And I'm like, okay, I am the avatar that I wanted to be when I was young.
Yes.
I am. If my younger me came into this room, they would hug me and not let go and be like, I want to be like you when I grow up.
And you're like, don't worry.
You are.
You are. You're on your way here.
You are. You just give it time. You are. Just relax. You know, that's definitely what I would say.
With everything that's been said, with everything that you've gone through, with everything that we've spoken about and touched on today, for Ulotando Mtembo, aka TJ, aka BU, how is your life so far?
How is my life so far? You want a summary?
Yes, sir.
Valleys and peaks, highs and lows. You know, you work for something for so long, you finally get there and you realize the price was in the journey and it never ends. So let the journey keep going. I'm just grateful to still be alive. I lost a very close family member for me to actually end up quitting my job. Yeah.
Rest in peace to your brother.
You know.
Yeah. I know that was a very important one and that hit you hard and now you have to navigate life without him.
Yeah. And loss is part of life. It's part of the journey. Yeah. You know. So I feel it's very important.
I know that very well.
We face our demons because we can easily run forever. But when we face them, it makes it a shorter time.
Run away from our demons, you'll run forever. But if you face them, it's a much shorter time.
Yeah.
All right. I hope you've managed to face something that gives you the strength to go back to your demons and look them dead in the eye and said, you will not define what my life is beyond this time, even though this might be how my life is so far. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe, check out B Universe on all platforms.
BU_universe.
Yes, sir. BU Universe on all platforms. And next time we have you here, I'm going to talk about why you don't eat hot dogs. I'm going to talk about why you think I'm going to talk about why you don't think God's animals are worthy of being sustenance in your body.
Wow.
Alright? If you didn't know, he's vegan, but there's so much more to him. That's why I didn't want to speak about that, because he's such a layered human being.
Yeah.
For all of you layered human beings out there, hit that notification bell so you never miss another episode. It has been The Life So Far with MarazA, and my guest is BU. Amazing actor, amazing rapper, amazing musician, amazing all-round entertainer, but more importantly, you are really an amazing friend, my brother. Mtembu.
Bye-bye.
Check you on the next one.